What's up, everybody? It's Scott here at Aspiria Fitness Center. I'll be guiding you through today's strictly strength class. So we're going to discuss what we need for class. We'll get a warm up in, and then we'll start right into our block of strength training today. So I hope you guys are ready to work out. Let's get to it. All right, guys. For today's class, we are going to need just a mat. Or of course, soft space if you have a carpet or wherever you like to be, wherever you're comfortable, that'll be great. So I've got a mat here with me. We'll be doing some core work and some work on the floor. And I've got a variety of different weights of dumbbells here. So I've got a heavy pair, I got a medium pair, and a little bit lighter pair. So if you have an option, go ahead and grab them. Hopefully you can get by today with what you've got available to you today. So we'll try and shout out some mods if we need to thinking about some limited weights. But we've got some options, so if you've got some options for weight, go ahead and grab those. Of course, I've got my water bottle today. You'll want a sweat towel as well. I forgot my sweat towel, so I'm going to be using my shirt today probably, unfortunately. But we've got a bunch of different chunks here. We've got this split up. We got a nice full body session. So we've got two groups that we'll start with. At the top, we have 5 different exercises. We're going to do a minute each today. It's a little longer than normal, but we want to just encourage you to give that a little bit extra time. If you need a break, go ahead and take it. No shame in taking that break. Just don't quit, right? So. We've got 2 different blocks. We'll demo those. So we've got 5 exercises, and we'll do 3 rounds apiece of the first and the second group. So that'll take up a majority of our time, and then we'll finish out towards the end with some different exercises. So we're going to go ahead and jump into a warm-up. You guys might be already warming up at home, but we're going to take it away for us here. So we're going to start with some squats and a pull back, or like our W. We call this W's or diamonds. So make that diamond shape there, or you can do W right there, like right. So as we squat down, you're reaching forward. As you come up out of the squat, we're going to squeeze shoulder blades back. We're going to do 10 of those. So get yourself in a nice stance here. Don't forget to turn on your music if you got it. We're going to get that warm up going, and then we'll start it right into our timed rounds and get moving. So we got 10 squats, reaching forward with that diamond, and we're squeezing shoulder blades at the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure we're getting a good squeeze in the shoulder blades. Make sure our knees are tracking over our toes, spreading knees out wide in that stance at the bottom there. We got 2 more. Let's get 9. Big squeeze. And 10. So we should have that nice wide base with our feet so our knees are externally rotated. We're getting these glutes working hard. So that's our squat with the pull. We're going to do a reverse lunge or a forward lunge, whatever you're comfortable with. It can be as shallow or as deep as you like it. So step back into this position here. We're loading this front leg a little bit, and then we're doing twists to that high knee side. We're going to do 10 of those as well. So alternate your leg, twist to that side. We're getting our core warmed up a little bit here. We'll continue on with our core, of course, but we're going to get a little bit going right now. There's 6, a couple more on each side. 7, 8, 1 more on each leg. Here's 9, we're twisting to that high knee side. Taking it all the way down for that lunge if you want, but there's 10. Shallow is great. We're gonna get our next one here, a march with a pull down, so arms are up overhead to start. As we march one knee up, we're squeezing shoulders back and down. We're alternating, just getting to 10. Nice and slow here with the big squeeze in the knee drive, trying to hold it at the top. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great job. Do a few more of those if you feel comfortable with that. We're going to get into our wide position here, or our sumo position. We're going to use some of that today, so we're widening up here. And we're going to shift our weight side to side, and as we shift, we're going to have arms come up overhead. So then we're going to come back to the middle. 1, 2. So we should feel that stretch on the leg inside, and we're getting a little bit of movement for our back as well here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the last one here is going to be number 10. All right, again, perform a few more of those if you'd like with us for feeling good for you. We're going to keep on moving on. We're going to do a couple inchworms. This is going to have a lot of movement here, so stick with me. You guys may be familiar with the inchworm that we do in class sometimes. World's greatest stretch. We're going to add a bunch of different movement. It's going to be a nice full body dynamic movement. So we're going to do 3 of those. So we're starting with our hinge position. So we shoot our hips back, hinging forward, stretching here. We're walking all the way out into tall plank. Once we get here, we're going to step into your palm, and then take that same hand, twist it up to the sky, switch sides, step to your other palm, twist to the sky, and then we're going to step back, and now we're going to add a push up here. If you can. If you can do some shoulder taps here, that'd be great as well. Help warm up our chest a little bit. Then we're going to walk it back. We got to perform that whole cycle 2 more times. So we're inchworm, hinging out, all the way out. We're walking hands here, like so. Step to that palm, twist up to the sky, switch it all to the other side, and walk those hands out. But not before we do our push-up or your shoulder taps. Hopefully you get that there. One more time all the way through. So we're hinging hips back, stretching the hamstrings a bit, walking out into here, step into the palm and twist, looking up to the sky there, switch to the other side, back to our tall plank here where we add our push-up or our taps to help get some more upper body, warm up in, and then push it all back. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead here, take a quick 30 seconds, jumping jacks, stationary jog or sprint in place, whatever you feel comfortable with. We're starting our first round. We got a squat. So you guys are just keeping that light cardio, get our heart rate and our blood flowing a little bit, get the heart rate going, get our body temp up. We're gonna start our first one. Squat and floor press are the first 2 exercises. So squat however you'd like. You can have weights here. Maybe we're holding one under our chin. We're squatting down like so. And then we'll go to a floor press right after that. So we're flat on our back, pressing away from our chest. And then we're gonna do Sumo style deadlift. So we're right here, we have our wide base from what we normally do our deadlifts, and then weights are down the middle like so, still hinging those hips. So just working our deadlift in a little bit different pattern. Then we'll get into a squatted gorilla row position where we row alternating arms, and we'll finish with cannonball tuck on the mat. So we're ready to go. That's our first one. We got a minute for each of those. So these are gonna be a little bit longer rounds. Like we said, take your time. Catch your breath in between each round. If we can't make that full minute, you can always recover and join back in to the timer. We're starting with the squat with a weight. Drop the weight if you need to try and finish out that round. But that's our first round. Squat, floor press, sumo deadlift, gorilla row, and cannonball tuck. We got 3 rounds of that all the way through. We're starting with the squat right now. 3, 2, 1, and go. So our first round is underway. We are squatting. Knees are gonna track with our toes. We're going right outside of our hip width with our stance, so we're comfortable. The amount of toe out pointing that you have is gonna depend on your body, so just find what's comfortable for you to sink into that low squat. Try and get down to parallel with the thighs. Do your best. We are squatting here. We're about halfway through the round. That's 30 seconds, so take your time. We don't have a rep goal, so we're going nice and slow. Let's focus on our weight today. Focus on what our body's doing, keeping our core tight, making sure we're sinking low. We don't always have to max out the weight to get good benefit, right? So slow and steady here, just owning our form, controlling the movement all the way up and down. We got 10 seconds to go. Drop weight if we need to. We're gonna go for that whole minute. Almost there. And there's our timer. Go ahead and relax. We got 15 seconds. We're hitting straight down to the mat for floor press, pressing away from our chest. I'm going to turn this up so you can hear our beats a little bit better. You're going to hear your countdown beats, and we're ready to go floor press. There it is. The clock is ticking. We are in floor press, chest press position now. So feet are flat on the ground, or they can be extended out, and we are pressing from the floor up in the air. So our elbows come, touch contact with the floor, and press straight up. And as I'm looking at my dumbbells here, they're kind of making a V-shaped position, or maybe more like an A actually. It's an upside down V. So think about that for our elbow position. If we're way out wide, it's going to feel a little stress on our shoulders. So keep those shoulders in a safe position. Slight angle with the dumbbells. And we are pressing straight up to the sky, working this chest. Round 1, we're just getting started, so let's get going. Keep staying strong. Alternate one arm at a time if you'd like. That's gonna lower the overall volume. We can lower and start at the bottom. That'll help you feel more stronger. You only got 3 seconds to go. Bring back to the double press for 1 more rep. Great job. We're up on our feet. We've got our sumo style deadlift this round. So we're gonna get our feet wide much wider than hip width for our normal deadlift. Toes are pointed out, externally rotated. And from here, we do the same thing. We hinge our hips back. We have a little bit of a bend in our knee, but hips are doing all the work. We, of course, squeeze glutes at the top. So should feel a little different from our traditional deadlift, right, that we usually do. We're mixing this position up for our glutes and hamstrings. We're still being mindful of our core activity. Our low back is staying flat. We hinge to about mid-shin, right there, and we squeeze glutes. Think about a nice slow 2 or 3 second descent, and then snap to the top in about 1 second, get a good glute squeeze. So we're still letting those knees bend just a little bit. And we're hinging back, shooting those hips back behind you, pushing through the wall behind you, hinging forward, letting that back stay as flat as we can. We squeeze glutes. We got about 12 seconds, a couple more reps here. You guys are doing great. Let's keep it going. Good. Last rep here, 3 seconds. Big squeeze at the top. Great job. We're going to stay in this wide base position. You can bring your feet in together briefly if you need to. We're going to squat down. We're going to do gorilla style row. So we're going to alternate. We're kind of in this bent over position, pulling like so. So here's our timer. Clock's ticking, so let's get down in that position. Alternating our arms, so we're getting a big squeeze in each shoulder blade, utilizing those back muscles. We are going to be in this hinge position for the whole minute, so if we start to feel fatigue in our low back or our hips or hamstrings or anywhere, feel free to stand back up for a second, catch your breath, let that fatigue off, whatever you need to do. Get right back into that position and keep these rows going. We're focused on a big squeeze at the shoulder blade as we pull that dumbbell up. This will fatigue our low back and core and hips, right? So don't be afraid to stand up, right? A minute is a long time to be bent over in that position. You're gonna see me do it. Don't be afraid to do it. We've got 15 seconds to go. Whatever's right for you, do that. If you need to reset it, go ahead. We got 7 seconds. Keep getting these rows. Let's go. Let's do it. Don't quit. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Great job. We're going right down on our mat. Last one in this round before we repeat again, of course. We're doing 3 rounds of this. We're doing our cannonball tuck, so that's exactly what it sounds like. We're laying flat on our back on the mat. We're tucking elbows and knees in like we're doing a cannonball. There's our timer, so here we are. We're right here. Elbows behind our head, or hands behind our head, I'm sorry. We're tucking in knees to elbows. Make sure to get to full extension after that rep. Knees to elbows, and then all the way flat for extension. Tuck and extend. If we can't get the elbows and knees to touch, do your best. Try and get in there. We got a little break coming up, so keep going. Keep tucking in. Elbows to knees, do your best. If you want a real challenge, we're going to float your heels and don't let those heels touch as you extend your legs out. That's going to keep tension on the core. So do your best. If you need to rest those heels, that's no issue. Do that. We're continuing to tuck. One more tuck. Let's get it. And relax. Nice job. That's the end of round 1. Grab a quick drink. We're just going to take about 20 seconds or so here for recovery. 20 or 30 seconds max. So that's the end of round 1. We're going right back to the squats. We've got round 2 and round 3 of that, and then we'll modify our exercises for the second block. So grab a quick drink. If we're getting sweaty already, go ahead and wipe your sweat. We're working hard already, so. We grabbed a quick drink. We're ready to get back to it, so we're gonna go right back into that squat round. So load the weights however you want. At your shoulder, maybe you're holding 1 dumbbell right here. Remember to drop the weight and go to body weight to finish the round if you need to, but we're ready to go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Clock is ticking. We got our heavy weights right up here by our ears like we're talking on the phone. And we're squatting down, finding that exact amount of toe external rotation, or toe out as we call it, that works for you to feel comfortable. So if we're straight ahead and we feel like we're getting stuck, you need to open those toes up, allow your hips and knees to track a little bit better. You might feel more comfortable in a deep squat. So find that position that's right for you. Slow and steady here. 2 seconds on the way down, 2 seconds on the way up if you want. Think about it that way, a little circular timing. We got about 20 seconds. If you need to drop weight, you can do that. Switch to one dumbbell or finish out the round with body weight. 10 seconds to go. We got a couple more reps. Let's keep working. Great job. We're on our mats next for floor press. So flat on your back, feet are flat on the ground. We're pressing dumbbells up to the sky. Working this chest. Chest press right here. Remember to think about the angle of our dumbbells and elbows. So we are pressing straight up. Dumbbells are making a little bit of a V or a type position. Keep those shoulders in a safe, comfortable position to press. We don't have to have elbows flared all the way out to the side. If our dumbbells are going in a straight line, we might need to rotate in a little bit and get into that more comfortable position. And again, we can go here to modify if we're fatiguing over time. Do one arm at a time. That'll lower the overall volume of pressing. If you can, come back to the double press. "15 seconds to go. Rest if you need to. Try and finish out the round. You're doing great. Keep pushing through. We got long rounds. We're working hard today. Great job. We're up on our feet again. We've got our sumo style deadlift. So shake your hands out if you need to for grips fatiguing. We've got about 6 seconds to go. So we're in our wide base for the hinge sumo deadlift. All right, good. There we go. So feet are much wider than our hips now. We're sumo style. So we're still allowing our knees to bend. We can go a little wider if we need to find that right spot. Still allowing knees to bend, but we're really hinging, shooting hips back, and we get a good squeeze in the glutes as always for that deadlift at the top. So 2 to 3 seconds on the way down, 1 quick second on the way up for pulling. Knees are bent just a little. Glutes are doing all the work, keeping our back flat, core is active. All these good cues for our deadlifts that we already know. The 30 seconds in the round, we're halfway. We're still hinging away. Got less than 15 here, we're about 10 seconds. Let's get 1 or 2 more good reps in here. Slow and steady on the way down, shooting hips back, knees are just slightly bent. Big squeeze in the glutes. Let's get 1 more rep in here on the way down. All right, there's our timer. Squeeze out that last rep if you want to. Shake your hands out if you need to. We're coming up for that same sumo position, gorilla style row. Remember, it's a long round. It's okay to feel fatigue in your back and hamstrings. Just reset the position, right? Here we go, so let's get back down to that sumo style position, right? Knees and legs are wide. We're alternating our arm pull. Get your weight set evenly throughout your feet so heels and toes are feeling the ground equally. That will help us feel a little more comfortable, and we're not completely bent over, right? So we're kind of at an angle with my body. If you guys can see me, I'm kind of here, so we're in this position, right? Getting big rows and squeezes, but I'm not fully bent over, so don't feel like you gotta do that low. We can go right here, get this row in here. We're still using hips and back, and of course, we do feel a little fatigue, so just stand right back up for 2 to 3 seconds. Come right back to it. We got 20 seconds to go. We're almost there. We're feeling more fatigue, but we're fighting through. 3 seconds. 1 more on each arm. 1 there. Other side. Row and squeeze. Great job. Dumbbells are down. Second round of our elbow to knee cannonball tucks. Straight down our backs on the mat. Let's go. We get our countdown. There we go. So we're going elbow to knee. We're trying to tuck all the way, and we're extending fully as well. Really forcing those elbows to our knees, doing our best to get in there. Take that break if you need to. Rest your feet, rest your arms. Remember, we're floating our heels if we want a real challenge. It's going to keep our core really active if we're floating those heels. And if you need to rest the heels down, no shame in that. Just keep crunching, whatever you're doing. Rest the heels. Maybe every other, you try and float one. See if you're strong enough to get those heels floated. Do your best. Whatever you have in your repertoire today is going to be perfect for you. Still got great exercise coming here. Good, and relax. Okay. We're taking another quick 20 or 30 seconds here. We got round 3 of that group. It's our third and final round through that block of exercises, and then we're going to change to a new block of 5. We'll repeat a few more rounds of that, and we'll keep going down the line. So we're spending another 20, 15, or 20 here, so grab a drink, wipe your sweat. We're starting to get a little sweaty, right? So grab that sweat towel if you got it. We're going to take a quick sip, and we're going to get right back to it. We're not going to waste too much time. If you need some more rest time, you can always pause the video or just join in with us whenever you feel comfortable again. We've got our last sip in here. We're ready to go. We're going to go through one more round of our top block. So we got squats, floor press, sumo deadlift, our row, and the cannonball tucks. We're ready to go here. Let's get ready to squat in 3, 2, 1, and go. Clock is ticking on our squats. We've got our knees wide, our feet are right outside hip width, toes pointed out just a little bit, whatever's comfortable for us. Slow and steady here. Remember, we're just using our timer, no rep goals, so take your time, own the movement, core is tight, knees and hips are doing what they need to do. 20 seconds to go. Rest at the top if you need it. Maybe we're going to drop a dumbbell, or maybe drop all of our weight and just finish with body weight. It's our last round of squats. Let's push it out. Finish strong here. We got less than 10 seconds. That's 2 or 3 reps total. We got 1 rep. Let's finish it up right here. Awesome job, guys. Hit the mat. Last round of floor press. Chest press, whatever you like to call it. Feet are flat on the ground. And here we go. We are pressing. Make sure we're mindful of that dumbbell position and our shoulder position. We're going to do our best to do a double press the whole round. If we need to go to alternating, that's okay too. We're going to do that. We're doing our best. And of course, we can just rest if we need to. We got 25 seconds to go, so think about that. Where's our fatigue level? If you need to take 5 seconds right here, maybe we're going to go to the alternating press, right? We can have dumbbells high or dumbbells low, your choice. And if we double for a bit, if our fatigue level is good, we're going to come back to the double presses. Finish out the round. Just another rep or 2. Almost there. Last rep. Let's push it. Awesome job, guys. Up on our feet for our sumo position. Thinking about all of our great deadlifting cues that we're used to. Hips hinge, slight bend at the knee, flat back, core active. Our feet are just wide. Let's do it. There's our timer, 1 minute, so we got wide feet, sumo style. Toes are pointed outward, and we're hinging hips back, pushing those hips behind you. Big squeeze at the glutes. Two to 3 seconds on the way down, and then a quicker pull and squeeze for those glutes to get back to the top. We're over halfway. Take a break if you need it. Like I said, just let that fatigue wear off. Don't quit. Come back to it. 20 seconds to go. Let's go. Last rep. Big squeeze. Good. We've got this gorilla row coming up the sumo position. So stay here, drop the weights if you need to. Remember, we don't have to be fully hinged over, right? We're just a little, we got our sumo position right here. just enough to get some rowing action. So don't have to go too far down, right? But we're still in our wide base. We're sunk low. Feet are evenly, we have even pressure with our feet, right? Heels and toes are evenly distributing our body weight. It's gonna help us in this position. In any position, of course, we wanna have that even tripod foot, but we're focused on our rows right now. So we're squeezing these shoulder blades. Big squeeze on each arm as we alternate these rows. "20 seconds to go. If you got to reset it, we're getting fatigued. It's our third round. It's right to feel some fatigue there. It's okay. Just stand up for a second. We got 12 seconds. Come back to it. Big squeezes in the rows. Don't quit. Let's go. Great job. Drop those weights. Stand on up. Relax that low back for a second. Cannonball tucks. One more round on our mat. 1 minute to go. Elbows to knees, make them crunch, get it there. Gotta work for it. Driving those knees and elbows together. Here we go. We're crunching, doing our best to get those knees and elbows to touch. Extending out all the way. Floating heels if we're looking for a challenge. And if we're feeling good with letting our heels touch, then that's okay too. Slow and steady here. Full extension. Big crunch and squeeze. Full extension. Don't be afraid to take a break if you need it. 25 seconds to go. Let's keep crunching. We got another break coming as I demo our next block, so try and finish out this timer. Finish it up, get those crunches. We're feeling these abs work. Last one, big squeeze and tuck. And relax. Nice job, guys. Take a break. You earned it. That's our first 3 rounds. We're working hard already. We're going to enter into our next block. Same idea. We've got 5 exercises. We'll go through 3 rounds. So take a break. I'm going to demo our next block. So these are all, we did a lot of compound both sides, right? We did squats with both sides. We did our deadlift. So this next round is going to be unilateral or one side, or we'll do both, but we're going to focus on one side at a time. So the first, we're going to alternate. We're going to do reverse lunges on each side. So dumbbells at your side, reverse lunge, and we can go forward if you're comfortable. Reverse lunge is more accessible. We have alternating overhead press. We did our floor press, so we'll alternate overhead press here. So you can do doubles if you'd like, focusing on using our core and then alternating sides, but that's going to tax our core. Alternating overhead press. Then we have single leg deadlift, where we will alternate down like so. So you can kick that leg out as far as you can go, like that. Modify your weight here. If you just got to do body weight, that's okay too. Single leg deadlifts. Then we're going to have a variety of different shoulder raises. We'll mix that. We have 3 different rounds, 3 different varieties. Then we're going to hit our core for another one where we will just do our basic core. So stick with me, guys, through the video. We'll be just fine. We're going to start right now with reverse lunges. I'm going to start with 2 heavy dumbbells for my first round. We'll probably fatigue and it may switch. So do the same if you need to. Grab a quick drink, make any adjustments with the weights that you need them, wipe your sweat. We're ready to go. Back at the top, reverse lunges this time instead of squats. So we're going to have weights at our side, stepping back, let that knee touch, or go as low as you can, and then come back up. And we're ready to go here in 3, 2, 1. Clock is ticking on reverse lunges. You can do forward lunge if you'd like as well, whatever is comfortable for you, but we are lunging down on that single leg, focusing on letting that leg do a lot of work. We've got 2 heavy weights right now. We may modify as the round time continues. It's going to be tough. We got long rounds, right? We're already a little fatigued from our squats, but we're doing our best. As we're lunging, we're trying not to let that knee cave in this way, right? Keep that glute working hard, so keep that knee externally rotated out on the side of our foot. So we should see our knee. If you look at me here, my knee is outside my toe. If it's inside my toe, that's back. Keep it out on the outside, right? Let the glutes work. 12 seconds to go. We're going to go to alternating overhead press next. 6 seconds. We got one more on each leg. There's one. Switch to the other leg. And 2. Great job. So we're going to come right up onto our shoulders next. Alternating overhead press. If you'd like to do doubles, go ahead, but we're going to focus on alternating, getting that unilateral, getting our core to work a little bit harder here. So core is tight, shoulder blades are squeezed in a safe position, and we're pressing opposite arm straight overhead. Again, you can go for a double if you really are feeling like you just want some extra weight to push, but we're focused on keeping our core active, making sure that our core is stable through movements that only move a weight on one side. It's important to train that way. We've done some compound movement, and now we're training unilaterally, making sure that our core is strong as we press one side at a time. We're over halfway. Keep pressing. Again, rest if you need to. Let those dumbbells sit on your shoulder. We're going to keep pressing. Make sure that core is doing what it needs to do, keeping everything stable. Hips and core are strong, stable here. Our feet are right about shoulder width, giving us a nice base to work with. We're almost there. One press on each arm. Let's do it here. 1, and the other arm. 2, and relax. Good. We've got alternating single leg deadlift next. So we want to take your time on this one. We're working on balance and stability from that front leg. So we're going to kick the other leg behind us and hinge forward and then switch. So if it's easier for you to put a toe down and then hinge onto that leg, you can do that and then switch your position. So a little bit more time-consuming movement here for this deadlift, but we're working on single leg balance and stability. So if you've got the balance, kick that leg back behind you and alternate, but don't be afraid to put that toe down, like I said, for a little kickstand, do the deadlift, switch, and do it like so. No shame in that. You can do it both ways as well. If you want to do a few reps really challenging your stability and then do a couple kickstand reps, that's totally fine. I encourage that too. Mix up the variety. Make sure you're training in a lot of different aspects. So whatever's comfortable for you here. We got 15 seconds or so left. We're still hinging forward, getting that hamstring, working hard. Our whole leg is working hard to stay balanced here, right? So we got 8 seconds. Let's do one more on each leg. Let's get it. There's one. Good hinge. Back to the other leg. Hinging down. Great job. Finish it up. Awesome, guys. We're going to get some lighter dumbbells. Next, if you've got them, we're going to do some different types of raises for our shoulders. We're just going to do a classic front raise here. 2 lighter dumbbells. Palms face the floor. We're lifting straight up to our shoulders. If you've got one dumbbell, just hold that one dumbbell with both hands. That's all we do right here. Just keeping a little break in our wrists. You don't have to lead with your wrist if it's uncomfortable for you. Palms are to the floor, raising to eye level or shoulder level, and right back down. So we're working these shoulders here. We're over halfway. This will fatigue the shoulders. We got a lot of work to do on the shoulders here, so take a break if you need it. We got 20 seconds. Bring those raises back whenever you feel comfortable. Less than 10. Let's get a couple more reps. Come on, keep it going. We're going right here. We're going to grab an even lighter weight if you've got it. All right, we're on our mat for our first core round of this one. We're doing opposite toe reach. I've got a set of 5-pound dumbbells here. You don't need them at all, but we're doing this here. So arms and legs are out. We're going to go dumbbell to your opposite leg, just like that. So if you've got 2 dumbbells, we're going to pull it over. If you have nothing, or you only have one item, just do body weight here. We're still definitely going to get a good workout for the core with body weight here. If you've got a set of light dumbbells you can work with, we're going to do that. Make sure we're going into full extension, just like before, arms and legs all the way out at the top. And even if you have some light weights here, you may switch to body weight and just drop the weights and just use your hand to touch to that knee or toe. Let's keep it going. 5 seconds, one more on each leg. There's one extension and two. Awesome job. Round 1 of 3 on our second block in the books already. So same thing here. We're going to take about 20 seconds or so. Wipe your sweat, grab a drink, whatever you need right here. We're going to start round 2, which is back to the top with reverse lunges. Coming up. We're wiping sweat. I got my shirt today, is all I've got. Hopefully you got a sweat towel you guys can use. We're not getting too sweaty, but we're getting pretty sweaty so far. So we're coming up on about 20 seconds right there. Grab a sip if you need it. We're going back to reverse lunges. We're going back to the heavy dumbbells. Reverse lunges, 2 if you can, 1 under your chin, or maybe we're doing body weight, whatever you can do. 3, 2, 1, and go. Clock is ticking for the reverse lunges. Once again, we're paying attention to that knee. If our knee is going inside my toe, that's bad. We want to keep it outside the toe there. Slow and steady. We're getting that knee down to the mat if we can, or as low as you can go comfortably, driving off that plant foot. Drop the weight if you need to. We're starting to fatigue maybe here. We got 20 seconds to go. Let's finish out this round. Slow and steady. Just a few more reps on each leg. 10 seconds to go. Let's go. We got 1 or 2 more reps. Good job. We're going for the alternating overhead press again. Drop your weight and let your grip relax if you need to. Let that fatigue wear off. We're standing here. We're getting a nice solid base with our feet right about shoulder width. Our core is active, so we're strong, and we're pressing up and overhead. Alternating this press to get the most out of it with our core. If you need a challenge today and you're really trying to bulk up that strength, right? And you want to press both at the same time, that's okay. I'd encourage you to still mix it up. You can do a left, a right, and then a double if you'd like so. But let's stick to that alternating if you can. Try and make sure our core is getting the appropriate amount of activity and stabilization training that we need, that we're looking for from this session here. 25 seconds to go. We're going to keep pressing slow and steady. Let the fatigue wear off if you need it. Take a break. Come back to the round, don't quit. Five seconds, 1 or 2 more on each side. Let's get here. 1 and the other 1, 2. Awesome job. Drop the weight, let your grip relax and recover if you need to. We got our single leg deadlifts. Remember, we can do the kickstand, so just put your toe down and go for it that way. If you're really feeling stable and you want to kick that leg back for some stability training, you would do that too, right? So hinging back, leg comes back, soft bend at the knee, and we're switching. Otherwise, we're tapping the toe behind you. So if we're putting our toe down, I want you to think about as little amount of pressure as you can in the toe. We just want that toe to be stabilizing, so we shouldn't have a lot of body weight in the toe. We're just focused on everything on the front leg, and that toe is just to give us a tiny bit of stability. So you can do a little bit of each, right? Try and kick that leg up, work on a little stability, and then switch to the toe tap version, that kickstand. Give yourself some stability. The stability is better if we have the toe down sometimes because we can really overload the pattern. So it depends on our goal, how we're training ultimately, but we can get a benefit from each one. So do whatever is comfortable for you. We got just about 5 seconds, so we're getting 1 more on this leg and we're relaxing here. Let's finish it up. Great job. We're gonna go to a different raise now. So we are doing lateral raise. So same idea, dumbbells out to your side. If you've got one object, maybe do one arm, and I'll tell you we can switch to the other side if that will work for you guys. So medium weight dumbbells, slight bend at my elbows, and I'm lifting up to my about shoulder level right there, right? My wrists are not locked out, so I have a little break in my wrist. Makes it easier for the movement here. and a little bit of bend at the elbow. So I'm leading with my elbows, not my wrists up to the sky. Sounds funny, might feel funny, but it's gonna be easier that way. So maybe if we're doing one arm at a time, we're gonna switch it. You got 3 seconds, 2, 1. If you only have one object and you're switching, that was the halfway mark there as your sign to switch to the other arm. Hopefully you got 2 heavy objects that you can work with, right? So 20 seconds to go. We're fatiguing the shoulders, we can feel it, right? So take a second, catch your breath, let that fatigue rest for a second, come back to it, don't quit. We got 12 seconds, let's finish it out. Keeping the shoulders working hard. 6, 5, we got one more rep, let's do it. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Awesome job. Dropping these dumbbells. We're down on our mat one more time. We've got our light dumbbells, or maybe nothing. We're doing reaching to the knee, right? Full extension after every rep. Let's do it. Clock is ticking right there. We've got our 5-pound dumbbells, little ones if we have them. Reaching to the knee. Keep crunching away, get those dumbbells up to your knee as best you can. Reach it even higher than that if you want to go for the shin or the toe. Drop the weight if you need to. We are working hard. Our core is feeling it, right? We are working. Last rep, get up there and go, good. And relax. Great job, you guys. Hard to believe that is round 2 of 3 already. We're gonna get our nice 20-30 second break again. Grab your drink if you need it. Wiping our sweat if you need it. We're gonna go through our 3rd and final round of that block. And then we've got a little bit of auxiliary exercises that we'll finish up with today. So take that quick break, wipe your sweat if you need to. And we'll finish out our last couple blocks here. We're gonna do a little bit more stuff. We'll do bicep curls and triceps, and we'll do some calf raises for our toes. And then we'll finish out with a little bit of full body exercise to finish us off and to round out our workout. So that's about 20 or 30 seconds right there, which means we're back to the top. One more round through. We've got our reverse lunges, and so we're fatiguing. It's round 3, right? So don't be afraid to change your weight if you need to. We're gonna try, I'm gonna stick with these heavy dumbbells as best I can. You might see me drop one, hold one under my chin. But we got one more round to go. Let's get ready to go. Reverse lunges, 3, 2, 1, and go. Clock is ticking on our reverse lunges one more time through. We're thinking about our foot position and our knee. If that knee is falling inside our line of our foot, we gotta keep it out. And drive that knee out to the side. Let your glutes work hard. Let's go. It's our last round of lunges here. We're working hard. We got 20 seconds to go. We're finishing strong with these heavy weights. Don't quit. Let yourself recover for a second and come back to the timer if you can. You got 12 seconds to go. Great job. One more round of our standing overhead press. We're still thinking about keeping our core tight and letting our core get that stabilization training from every other side, right? Alternating sides. Mix in a double press if you want, but we're focused on making our core work here today. So we've got our feet set at a comfortable, stable position. I'm right about shoulder width, as you can see. I'm keeping my belly button and my core active by just drawing my belly button in just slightly. I'm not squeezing my abs to death. We're not in a 6-pack competition, right? So just tuck the belly button, engage the core is all we need here. Again, we're going for alternating opposite sides. Mix in a double press if you need to. We're over halfway, we got about 20 seconds. Finish strong, recover if you need to for a second, and come out and finish out that timer. Let's go. One more on each side. Here we go, last one, and relax. Good, let those dumbbells hang. We've got our single leg deadlift round. Again, think about stability, kick that leg back if you want. Just tap the toe very lightly. We want more, we can overload our pattern a little better. So if we're feeling like we want more strength and stability, then put that toe down and really focus on some heavy weights. Otherwise, we can go for that single leg reach. Kick that leg way out behind you. Make sure our foot is really working on balance and stability. You guys are doing awesome. We're finishing up our third and final round of our second big block here. So we've been doing toe down on some of these kickstands. We're gonna kick our leg back and really just finish it out, get a little bit of balance. If you can, we're halfway through, so make that trade now if you want to. If you want to stick with that toe down and you need that kickstand for a little bit of support, please continue to do that. Do what is right for you. I encourage you to try the stability challenge if you can, but do what feels right for you. We got 12 seconds to go. Finish it up however you like. We're gonna get one more on each leg. Let's do it right here. Left leg, and then right leg. Last rep, let's do it. Great job, awesome. Hey, last one, we're going to a different kind of a raise. We've got our medium dumbbells again, and we're gonna do thumbs up to the sky, so palms are facing each other, neutral grip. We're gonna start here inside the hips. We're coming out in a V shape. My arms are going wide, right? Back to our hips. Palms are up, so I should be like in a thumbs up position as I extend to the top. So a little bit of a different raise, working on some more back muscles, rotator cuff muscles, different from our traditional raise position. So these dumbbells are going out at an angle. As you can see, they're wide here, but at the bottom they're very narrow. So make sure we're doing the appropriate movement here. Starting narrow, finishing out. So I'm not all the way out. I'm about 45 degrees. I'm not all the way forward, not all the way out. I'm in this nice V shape position. So just like that. So now I'm in a V from my chest to my arms. And then come back down narrow. Thumbs are pointed up to the sky right there. 15 seconds. This is a tough one. Our shoulders are fatigued. It's our third round. Do your best. 10 seconds to go. Hold it up there. We got 1 or 2 more reps. Let's fight through it. We're working hard. There it is. Come on. 3, 2, last rep. Awesome job. Relax. Hey, one more time. Let's get down on the mat. Grab your light weights, or maybe you're doing body weight. We got reach into your opposite knee. Driving the crunch action at our core. 3 seconds. Let's do it. Full extension. We're doing our best driving that dumbbell up to our knee or our shin or our toe. If we're reaching all the way to the toe, that's going to be tougher. So do your best, whatever you can do. Stay active the whole round. Hey, look, we can drop the weights if we need to. We're still reaching and getting a great core exercise here, even if we have no weights at all. Just using arms and legs, crunching to that opposite side. Do your best. Bring the weights back in if you got them and you want to. Otherwise, finish out the round. You got less than 15 seconds, however you're doing it. Awesome job. There we go, guys. Great job. Let's take a break. We're getting pretty sweaty now, right? So wipe your sweat. Grab a drink. We're going to move on to our next block here. So we're going to alternate with some, we're going to do some biceps and our toe raises, and we'll do triceps and some toe raises in different positions here. So we are going to adjust our timer while you're taking that quick break. We're going to change this here to adjust our rounds because we're adding a 6th round in here. So we're going to go through one block of each, and we'll go on from there. So we're adding it back in our timer with our proper break time. And we are ready to go. So we're going to do one round of each. So we're going to alternate 3 times. We're going to do bicep curls. We'll change the variety, and then we're going to do a squatted toe raise. So we're going to be squatted down here, toes up, like so. Then on our next block, we will do tricep extensions. We'll change the variety, and then we're going to do not a squatted toe raise. We're going to do a toe raise up on our toes. So we'll change the way our calf muscles and our ankles are being worked that way. So grab a quick drink. We're going to start with a classic bicep curl. Just hammer curl, palms neutral, palms are facing each other. Hammer curl. Grab a drink if you need it. We're going to get ready to get started here in 3, 2, 1, and once you finish up that sip, we're ready to go here. First round is underway. We've got hammer curl. You can alternate. We'll alternate for the sake of the video here. You can do doubles if you like, but our palms are facing each other. We're focused on a big squeeze in the biceps at the top of that curl. So we're curling all the way up, squeezing them. We're keeping it going. We're working these biceps. They're going to get fatigued. We only got a few seconds left. We got less than 20 seconds. Our third round, we're really going to be feeling it, right? But next, we're going to drop the weights. Next is just a squatted toe raise. No dumbbells or anything needed. We're going to still feel it, I promise you. So less than 10 to go here with our hammer curl. Good. We're going to go ahead and switch it next. So let those dumbbells hit the ground. We're going to take a squatted position, and we're just going toe raise from the squatted position. So really squeezing the calf muscles at the top of that. So feet are wide, right? We're getting to that nice squat. So from here we go up, get those toes up. And we get a good squeeze in the calves. Get those heels up off the ground, and relax. Tough to load this one. If you wanted to sit and put weights on your knees, then you could load this in the bent knee position a little bit more. But we're going to still get some recruitment in our quads here. We're taxing our quad muscles a little bit by having to stay in this squatted position here. So don't need to be in a full deep squat, but we do need our knees bent here. So the lower you can get, the better it'll be for these calf muscles that we're working here. We're over halfway, so if you got to stand up, the quads are fatiguing, you can do that. We already did squats and lunges, so we're going to be tired. So just come back into that position as best you can. Keep these ankles moving. Keep those heels popping up off the ground. 10 seconds to go. We've got another bicep curl variation coming up. Good. We're going to get those dumbbells again, and we're going to do a switch variation now. So at the top, we switch. We're going to start palms up and do a classic curl, and then you're going to flip your dumbbells at the top. Only flipping at the top, though. So we're going to alternate between a regular, so a classic bicep curl, palms up. We're flipping it at the top, and then we lower. So now we're going to do a reverse curl, and then we flip it at the top and lower. We're back to, see how we're going to do that. We're going to back to our traditional, then we flip. So now we're here in this position to do a reverse curl. So we're going to continue to just flip one at the top only. We're halfway, a little bit over. We're still switching at the top. We're feeling those biceps working hard. I bet you can feel them right about now. We're still switching. We're almost there. One more switch at the top. Here we go. Flip those wrists, lower back down. Great job. Back to our squatted toe raise. So we're sinking as low as we can go. We got to get some tension on the quads. If you're more comfortable sitting with weight on your knees, you can do that. But we're here in that squat position, right? And we're getting those heels up off the floor. We should be feeling it in our calves, right? We've got to get up there. We get the heels up, really squeeze. Get up on those toes. Feel the calf muscles working. And of course, again, if we're fatigued from squatting and lunging, just reset it. Come back to the squat position, toes up. Find that comfortable spot for you. Toes, touch the heels down. Back up on the toes. 25 seconds. Try and hold that squatted position as best you can. Up on the toes. A few more seconds, a few more reps. Doing great. 15 seconds to go. Calves are tired. We're really working them. Last reps here. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Relax. We got to get off those quads. We're going to do one more. Grab your medium dumbbells, and we're going to hold them in this position. We're just going to flip now. So we're working on wrists and biceps. So medium weight or lighter dumbbells if you have them. And we're holding this 90-degree position here. So we're holding time under tension on the biceps, and we're flipping palms up and down like so. So if we have heavy dumbbells only, this is going to be pretty challenging. Definitely drop the weight and set your weight down if you need to and feel that fatigue wear off. This is really tough for heavy dumbbells if you don't have anything light. We're still going to feel the tight work. We got biceps working hard no matter what, because we're holding this position, right? So even if you got light dumbbells, you still may fatigue because we're holding this bicep position as we've been already doing throughout these rounds. So 20 seconds to go. The biceps are staying flexed. We're really having to squeeze them to keep our elbow angle at about 90 degrees. You see I've got that nice 90-degree angle there. We're pretty close, right? So forearms are getting good work here as well. Biceps should be really burning and screaming at you right now. You got 6 seconds to go. We're flipping these dumbbells. Great job. We got to get one more toe raise round coming up. We're getting into that squat. Let's get down low. We're squatted. Toe raises up. We're getting those heels up off the ground. Squeezing. We're going to try and hold them up there for a second or two, right? Because we want our calves to work. So when the heels come up, 1, 2, and then relax. Try and keep the calves working hard. Great job. Halfway there. Come on up out of that position if you need to. Rest the quads just for 2-3 seconds. Sink back down in there. Get it going. Up on the toes. $12 seconds to go. We got a couple more raises. Get up on the toes. Make those heels float. Hold them for a second. 1, 2, and drop. 5 seconds. We got 1 or 2 more reps. Let's do it. Boom. Last one. Get up and relax. Awesome job. Whew, shake those legs out. We don't have to do that anymore. We're not going to be squatted. We'll do some more calf raises, but we're not squatted down. So we're done on the quads there. We're not going to take too much break. We're not going too hard. We're going right into triceps here. So we're going to start with tricep kickback. Lighter weights or medium weight. It's going to be tough. This is a lighter weight right there. So we're going to do triceps, and we'll do standing calf raises next. So medium weights, tricep kickbacks starts in 3, 2, 1, and go. So we're just in a little bit of a bent position. I said we were done with the quads. We really are, so you don't have to be squatted over too much. So do your best here. We're driving dumbbells back, getting that tricep extension, trying to lock out the elbow, pushing those dumbbells back. We can go to alternating here as well. Lower the overall volume if we start to fatigue. This is a tough one. We're going to burn out these triceps. We're halfway there. Take a break if you need to, right? Stand back up. Relax your hips, legs, lower body, whatever you need to relax. Keep driving. Go back to those alternating if we need to. 20 seconds to go. Really pushing those dumbbells back at the top. Feel the elbows. Lock the elbows out. We're working hard. Squeezing them. 12 seconds to go. Back to alternating if you need to. Come back to the double. You got less than 10 seconds. 6, 5. Got a couple more reps. 2, 1. And relax. Good. For my standing toe raises, I'm going to get my heavier weights again. It's a little easier. We're just going to hold them at our thighs, and we're just doing toe raises right like here. So we don't have to be in that squatted position. So our straight knee, here we go. So right here, we're just going up on the toes. Our straight knee is modifying which calf muscles we're using. So we used a different calf muscle for the most part when our knees were bent. And now that our knees are straight, we're utilizing a different one. So that's why we're making this variety here. So We're going, same idea, we want to get those heels up, squeeze the calves. Hopefully you got some weight. If you got one weight, you can hold it under your chin. You can hold the dumbbells just like I'm holding them, however you are comfortable here. Working these calves hard. We're squeezing away up on those toes. Once we get on the toes, we really squeeze the calves, get those heels up. Gripping the ground with our toes, making sure we're stable as we drive the heels up off the ground. 10 seconds to go. We feel these calves working really hard. Good. We're going back to our triceps where we're going to do overhead extension. I'm just going to use one dumbbell. And I'm going to keep my elbows tucked by my forehead here. And I'm going to extend up like so. You can have two dumbbells here and press them together if you'd like, whatever is comfortable for you. I'm going to continue with my one dumbbell, pressing straight up overhead. I'm trying to keep my elbows tucked in, so I don't want to be way out here, right? I got to keep my elbows tucked and extend that weight straight over my head. Halfway there. Take a rest if you need to. Keep it going. Keep those elbows tucked. Keep driving the elbows. Keep driving your weight straight up. Keep the elbows tucked in by your forehead. Doing great. We're getting tired. We got 15 seconds. We do have another tricep round, so take a break if you need to. We're fighting through it. 5 seconds to go. Almost there. These last reps in. Awesome job, you guys. We're going back to our calf raises. So grab that other heavy dumbbell again if you got it. We'll hold them right here, or maybe perhaps you're just holding that one under your chin again, right? But we're doing the same thing here. So feet are right there. We're going to go up on these toes. We are squeezing calf muscles as we get up on these toes. Heels come off the ground. For 1 or 2 seconds, we're really focused on squeezing the calves at the top. Squeezing heels, driving up on our toes, gripping the floor with our toes. Halfway, we got one more pair of triceps in our calf raises, and then we'll do our quick full body blast round, and we'll get a cool down. We've got a nice session going so far. 20 seconds to go. Less than 10. We're still getting up on those toes, squeezing calves. We're going to do our skull crusher variation next. So we're going to go down on the mat, flat on our back on the mat. I'm going to go medium dumbbells here. I'm going to have 2 dumbbells. So we're flat on our mat, and we are extending dumbbells straight up overhead like so. This is our skull crusher variation. So we lower these straight down to our forehead and then extend straight out. Last set for the triceps, one more calf raise and we'll finish up with a full body set to call it a day. Finishing out strong here, 10 seconds to go. These triceps are fatigued. Last rep, finish it out. Great job, guys. One more time, let's get up on our toes. One more calf raise. One more minute of those and we'll finish out our last 2 minutes of our burnout. Last one with our toe raises here. We're up on our calves. Working these legs hard today. We're driving up onto our toes. Heels come up off the ground. We got heavy weights if we've got them. We're trying to stay up on our toes for 1 or 2 seconds, making the calves work. Let's do it. Big squeezes in these calves. About 30 seconds to go. It's our last 30 seconds for the lower body here. We're going to go in through one quick block to finish out our full body, and we'll cool down. 20 seconds to go. Last 10 seconds. Get these last couple squeezes in those calf muscles. Almost there. 6, 5, last 2 reps. Get up there. Last one. Get up on these toes. Squeeze it till the round ends and relax. Great job. Woo. We're feeling those, right? Drop the weights. Shake those legs out. Roll your ankles out if we're feeling those calves are working hard. So, hey guys, we are almost there. We've got one more quick round to finish up here before we cool down. We are going to do a 2-minute block, 1 minute each. We're going to do a tall plank with a twist, and then our rocket blaster or Blastoff where we sit back onto our heels. And then we're going to do a bridge with a march to really work on our core and finish out our glutes and lower body. So we're going to go into that, just one of each, one final minute, so 2 minutes left on the clock before we cool down. And our tall plank twist is this one here. So we are in tall plank. We're going to twist one arm to each side, left and right, and then we're here and we're sinking back into the rocket blaster. That's our first minute, and then we'll do a marching bridge on our backside to finish out for our last minute. So let's get started right here, right now. Tall plank twist. Final 2 minutes on the clock before we cool down. One twist to each side, and a rocket blaster starts in 3, 2, 1, and go. Here we are. We're in our tall plank twist. Feet are set wide. Nice stable base. We twist up here. We're going to go back. Twist up to the other side. And then sink back onto those heels like we're blasting off. And we're going to alternate to the other side again. Left, right, and a blast off. Left, right, sit back on those heels. If you need to recover for a second, just take tall plank here. Otherwise, we're going to keep going. Twist, twist, and sit back. Good. "15 seconds to go. We've got a couple more left in us. Last one here. Twist, twist, and sit back on your heels. Hold that tall plank for the round end. Great job. Flat on our back for the next one here. We're just going to hold a bridge, and we are going to march 1 foot at a time. So we really got to focus on squeezing glutes and core to maintain that bridge. Final minute. Here we go. We're bridged up. We're squeezing hard. We're going to drive our knee. We're doing great. Halfway through, we got 30 seconds to go. Really focus on squeezing that glute on your plant foot leg. We don't want to let that bridge sag as we lift 1 foot up, so that plant foot's working really hard. Here we go. We're under 20 seconds. We're almost there. We're about ready to cool down. We worked hard today. Don't quit now. 10 seconds to go. Keep this march going. Awesome job. 5, 4. Great job, you guys. We're going to stay right here on our mat. Let's get a cool down. We're going to stay right there. Our first 30 seconds is our classic stretch, our knee pull, just relaxing our hips and low body. So we're holding one knee up to our chest, getting a big squeeze. Meanwhile, my other leg is laying as flat as I can get it. I'm taking a big breath in, and then I'm blowing all my air out, and I'm getting a big squeeze and pull on this leg. 10 seconds to go. Other leg is laying flat. 6, 5, 4, 3. Great job. So let's go ahead and slowly release that. Switch to your other leg. So relaxing that leg down to the mat. Pulling your other knee up to your chest. Big squeeze. Big breath in and out. As we exhale, we're squeezing that leg. Squeeze and hold on tight. We're holding for 30 seconds here. While I'm squeezing, my other leg should be laying as flat as I can get it. We're holding on, halfway there. Reset your stretch if you need to. Reset your breath, so take another big breath in. You got about 10 seconds. Exhale all that air out one more time. 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, and relax. Great job. We're going to go right on over to our tabletop position here, but we're going to modify it a little bit. We're going to do our frog stretch. We did some sumo position stuff, so knees are going to be wide, as you can see now for me. And then we're going to sink back onto your hips as best you can. So find that sweet spot, come forward, sit back onto it, and try and hold that stretch for as long as you can. If you need to come forward and relax, do that. But we are holding here for 30 seconds, blowing your air out, sink back onto those hips, feeling that stretch on our groin, on the sides of our hips, everywhere here. So again, lean forward if you need to. Let's finish it out. You got 10 seconds to go. Sink back one more time, big breath out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Nice job, guys. We're going to come back to a more classic table position here. Bring those knees in line with our hands and our body here. And we're going to stretch underneath. So we're going to go arm through the hole. Thread the needle, 30 seconds on each side. So one arm out in front. We slide that palm through the ground. And we're going to lean onto that shoulder. Blow all your air out. Lay down onto that shoulder. Good stretch on our shoulder and our chest and our middle of our back on the backside. Should get a good rotation here as we rest onto that shoulder. 10 seconds to go here. We'll switch sides. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So come back up into the table. Other arm is out in front here. And we're going to feed that arm through and sink onto our shoulder here. Another 30 seconds. Let's do it right now. Arm through the hole, sinking onto that shoulder. Exhaling all of our air out. Letting our shoulder twist underneath. We've got rotation in our mid-back and spine. Stretching the back of our shoulder and our shoulder blade area as well. Pull all your air out, sink onto that shoulder. We've got about 10 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. We're going to come back into our classic tabletop. We're finishing today with our, on the mat here, we're going to do a 30-second child pose. So we're sinking straight back down onto our heels. We're going to let our head sag down to the mat. And our arms are staying long out in front of us. We're stretching our mid-back, chest, shoulders, everything here. So blow all the air out, sink your head to the mat. About 5 seconds left here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. So let's slowly come back forward here. We're getting stretched out. We did some calf work, so let's get one more stretch here. If you have something you can lean on, a door, a wall, a countertop, that'd be great. We're going to put one heel behind you, and we're going to stretch for about 30 seconds on each leg. Stretch out those calf muscles a little bit. So final 30 seconds for each leg on the clock is ticking now. So we got one heel back behind you, and we're pressing that heel into the ground as we lean our body forward a little bit. We're stretching these calf muscles. Ten seconds to go. We'll switch legs. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go ahead and switch legs. So we're going to kick the other leg behind you, drive that heel into the ground, and then we lean forward a little bit. You got a nice stretch on those calf muscles there. And we're going to try and lean forward with, don't let that heel pop up off the mat. Or off the floor, I'm sorry. We're keeping that heel pressure down. 10 seconds left. Keep pressing the heel down. Keep holding on. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Nice job. Stretch those calf muscles out a little more. We can continue to stretch the calf muscles more. If we're feeling like it, we can go down in here, stretch the calf muscle a little bit more in that position there. But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. That was a great full body session here today for Strictly Strength. I hope you guys enjoyed today's class and got a great workout. I know I did. I got sweaty even without my sweat towel today, so hopefully you guys are going to stay hydrated. If you sweat a lot, please make sure to stay hydrated and stay replenished to all that sweat we've lost. So other than that, guys, that's all we had for today. So please, as always, leave me a like or a comment below so I can have some feedback. I love getting feedback from you guys. Let me know what you loved about class or maybe what you didn't like. So hopefully we'll see you back in the fitness center soon. And until then, you can find us right here on our YouTube channel for our classes online. And I hope you guys enjoyed class and have a great day. We'll see you next time.